Watercooler.
Wow, wow, wow,
Watercooler. Watercooler.
Hey, welcome to Watercooler 2023, the year, not the episode number. Thank you so much for tuning in. Happy New Year, our first show of this wonderful, beautiful year. You know how it goes. I, Chris Locks, am on a kick it with my Corolla Digital Bud and Matt. So with me today, Key 3 here in studio with me today, Gary Smith.
Sup? What's up?
Oh, a lot, but not so much with us as with our buddy over there in Austin, Texas, all the way in Austin, Matt Fondelier.
Hey, brother.
And we're going to get to the trials and tribulations of Mr. Fondelier in just a moment. Mike Dawson is not here. He would have loved to have been here, but he is at the final stages of getting to move back to his house after not burning his own house down purposely.
Correct.
But accidentally. And yeah, so as I said, he's very close to that. And then
those workers are bummed because they have been taking their sweet ass time, and now Dawson is going to be there cracking heads. It's like when the boss is sitting in the other room,
yeah,
it's no fun for anybody.
No leaning anymore. No getting on your cell phone to have a conversation mid job. Yeah,
and Dawson is not the kind of guy to be like, it's okay, buddy.
Yeah, no, he's not. Dawson's not shy about let's get it moving.
Yeah,
exactly.
Like I called him. He was already over there, and he asked, "Are you on your lunch break?" At least 5 times. I heard him say that. So that's I don't know who he's talking to or how many people are there, but he's cracking quite a whip over there. He's very strict. I'm worried for him, but. Yeah. Anyway, also he runs a BDSM dungeon, so I think that also has something to do with it.
Dawson's Dungeon.
All right, so Matt,
where's Kalen? Is there a flicking?
Oh yeah, no Kalen either. Who knows where he is?
No flicking the bean.
I know where he is.
He's in a pond.
No, he's in snow.
Oh, frozen pond.
Frozen pond, frozen. Yeah.
He's trying to kill fish a new way.
That's definitely a way.
Yeah.
So
he'll be back on Thursday for sure.
That's right.
Dawson
he's
TBD.
He's frolicking in snow. I forgot. He sure likes to frolic.
He frolics quite a bit. I would say his frolic quotient has gone up like a good 85 to 90% since he changed jobs.
If I ever try to contact him, chances are he is mid frolic.
Or he's on a wing run.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because those take an hour.
Which he frolics to and fro.
I know.
Yeah.
He does.
I like how he's pushing so hard against the idea of having a heater bag in his car to help his wings. He's like, nah, man, it's just going to make me want wings more. More than you already want them? What is happening?
What's wrong?
Yeah, exactly. That's a very good point, Matt, because ultimately you end up as hungry as possible right when you eat the wings.
That's right.
We all know his philosophy is what makes him interesting, though.
Yeah.
That's why we love him.
He's a conundrum.
He really is, and he's a beautiful one. So I can't wait to have him back on the show. But we are starting the year off 2023 with the Key 3, and that's right, the OG 3, and that is me, Gary, and Matt. Now, Matt, we did Patreon shows over the break. You were definitely on one of them, and
I
then
was.
And then the second one, you were not there, and I was bummed to hear about that. But then you sent us a text over the break, and you just had the craziest story, and it actually merges with a national story that everyone kind of knows about. So why don't I just hand you the reins here, and you can tell us all about.
Well, is there going to be news in here?
Yeah, there is.
There's fuck.
You're listening to News Nook with Matt Fondelier.
Take it, buddy.
Yeah, okay. So I guess this was a national news story. Thanks for that lead, Gary. Flights around the world are not really around the world. By the way, I've been sick for like a week, if it's not already clear. So you guys are really dealing with a squeaky wheel, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, you're sick.
Yeah,
I'm really, really sick.
I've been sick too. Since Thanksgiving, so I'd say for the entire month of December, I've caught 3 different illnesses. I have not been I was not healthy at all during December, so I feel you.
And then one day I decided to hang out with Chris, and then the next day I got sick.
See, yeah, I got hit.
Chris is just taking it
all different ways, all holes.
Oh,
all right.
Okay.
really?
Oh yeah, just exporting.
All right. So Southwest flights were a lot of them were canceled. That's the actual news story that you guys are referring to.
Which was a huge story, but yeah, I didn't really know much about it.
It wasn't affecting anyone really I knew until all of a sudden it was in a very, very big way.
Right. So let me take you guys back to the very beginning of what has turned out to be the shittiest and most stressful fucking Christmas vacation I've ever had in my entire life. Like,
Chevy Chase would like to have a word.
Yeah, no, honestly, we even looked at each other and said, Chevy Chase ain't got fucking shit on what we have just fucking been through. And then I'm going to get to the end of this story, and that's when I got sicker than I've been in like 3 years. So that's all awaiting me in the second half of my vacation. But little do I know.
Yeah.
Back on Friday, December 23rd. It's the last day of work for just about everybody, including my wife. And our plan is to drop my dog off at our friend's house, who's going to be watching him while we're going to be in California for a few days.
Friend, yeah.
Then I'm going to be picking up some sandwiches for us to have on the flight, because it's like, you know, we're going to be in the air during dinner time. I just, I don't want us to get hangry mid-flight. It's just easier this way.
Chez Fond du Lac, what kind of sandwiches were you thinking? What's
They're
a good flight sandwich?
Turkey club sandwich on like croissant.
He picks the one bird that doesn't fly.
That's why I want to treat it.
I like that.
It's last meal, as it were.
And I know that's not the only bird that doesn't fly. Please don't tweet me. All right, go ahead.
But the croissant's good because it doesn't get all mushy. You know, sometimes you get like an Italian, something that's really saucy, and the bread's gonna be all fucked up. So
yeah.
And I just know we've been to this place called Jason's Deli. They got great sandwiches. Anyway, please do not let me waste time on these details.
Oh, I'm all for these
take
details.
All your time.
Okay, so we Uber over to the airport after all this is accomplished.
What was the Uber rating?
I have no idea.
Yeah, I have no idea. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. We got to the airport at like 4:45 for a 6:45 flight. And I'm checking the flight statuses all day, and it's all good.
Describe your mind right now, because, I mean, look, you just dropped off the dog. That's weight off your shoulders already.
You got a sandwich.
You got your sandwich.
Got the sandwich.
How are you feeling?
Then I'm feeling great because we've talked about on this show, like one of the best beers, or in my case, like a cocktail, one of the best drinks is that pre-flight drink
sure
when you're
is.
about to start vacation. So my wife and I are enjoying this cocktail, and I'm like, we got some time to like schmooze around the airport.
What was your cocktail? I'm sorry, I want these details.
Double Jack and Coke
Woo!
Is what I'm doing.
He's not messing
at the
around.
He's
airport
just
bar.
trying to get where he's going.
That's exactly right. And it's right as we're finishing that first drink that we get the first alert that the flight's been delayed. An acceptable, 25 minutes, something like that, which you're bummed to hear about. But all of a sudden, it starts doing that thing, and we all know it, where it's like, it's 7 minutes. Up, now it's 15 minutes. Up, now it's 45 minutes. This is going and going and going until now it is 8:45, and we've been at the airport for 4 hours now.
Oh, my God.
People are, like, at the Southwest gate, like, lined up in, their boarding groups ready to go. And the guy, we see our plane. Our plane is right there.
Yeah, wait. What's is there hubbub? Like, is there commotion? Are people?
No, I mean everyone's just expecting it's fucking Christmas time. I mean, that's why we gave ourselves 2 hours at the airport. And I should also point out that we checked 2 bags. Okay, one of them had all of our Christmas gifts, and the other one had all of my wife's stuff. Okay.
What were you doing? Just holding a bag that was on your back or something?
You could fit all your clothes into that Ralph's bag.
Exactly. No, I've got like a really nice travel duffel bag. It's brand new, so I was really excited. I could easily fit my stuff in there. And
carry on, boy. I like that.
It's the best.
8:45. The guy says over the intercom, "Guys, we're ready to go here pretty soon. We're just looking for a pilot." So we'll keep you posted.
That's important.
And then everybody starts looking around, like looking for a pilot. Like, what does that even mean? I don't even know. 10 minutes later, he comes back and he goes, "Hey guys, the flight's been canceled. Please go to the nearest kiosk and have yourself rebooked." So now 500 people plus however many else are in this airport all start rushing the Southwest kiosk because it's now 2 days before Christmas.
And you need to be there first.
Well, yeah, you have to be there first. Exactly. We ended up waiting in this line for 2 hours, which were hours 5 and 6 at the airport. And at this point, I am fucking delirious. I am like doing that thing where I'm like talking to myself way too loudly. My wife is afraid that I'm going to start picking a fight with people who are like kind of chatting, cutting and distracting the Southwest attendants.
You kept writing red rum on a pillar, she told me. It's freaking me out.
Then my brand new duffel bag breaks. The handle, the shoulder strap breaks off. I can no longer use the shoulder strap on this bag.
After one usage?
One motherfucking
How
usage.
heavy were those sandwiches, dude?
Fuck this brand.
Yeah,
call this brand out so no one buys this
have.
piece of shit.
Here's the clip right here. The fucking piece of plastic completely broke off. You can't really tell, but whatever.
I believe you.
Okay, thank you. So now we're talking to this girl up front about like getting rebooked, and there's nothing on the 24th. There are flights on the 25th, but not to Burbank, which is where we were originally flying out to. But we can get to LAX, and in fact, it is gonna get us there kind of around dinner time on Christmas, which is gonna suck.
But we'll take it, right?
Whatever, we'll take it. Exactly.
We need something.
So they gave us each like a $200 flight voucher for the canceled flight, which I thought, all right, not bad. Okay. And they said, okay, you're just going to use your same confirmation number. And now you're rebooked on this flight for Christmas Day. I'm like, great. We're going to LAX and now we have to go to LAX. Our bags are going to go to Burbank. Can we get our bags back? And they go, no, you can't get your bags back. They're going to Burbank. And I said, how? On what flight? Like, they're going to just some other flight. They're going to end up in Burbank. Okay.
That makes perfect sense.
So you have to land at LAX in this scenario at dinner time on Christmas. Drive to the valley, the West Valley. Get your bags in Burbank because they have all the Christmas gifts and all of your wife's clothes and belongings. And then you have to drive out to your parents all the way in the deep West Valley.
Matt, I'm so sorry you had to do that. That's...
Oh, don't worry.
That's freaking awful, dude.
Oh, you didn't? Okay, great.
You just you had them shuttled there?
So I'm not even there yet. And I apologize to the listener here for if this is just dominating the entire
No, I want this.
Entire conversation.
All right.
This is what you're asking
my
for.
interest is piqued.
Okay. So it's now 11 p.m. We're clearly not flying out for 2 more days. And now my wife wants her dog back, which is understandable, but it's really late and there are friends, but you can only call a couple times and then it's like they're not picking up. They're not going to pick up. And they didn't pick up until we got back home. And then they did pick up. So I went back out, got our dog, came back home. I get in the door around 12:45 and I say, can you just remind me what is our flight detail? You just check the confirmation number.
Sure. Yeah. Just make
sure. She
sure.
pulls up our same confirmation number with the new flight details to LAX, but I am not on the confirmation. It's only been booked for Julie.
Oh,
so
my
now
God.
It's midnight, and as far as I could tell, now no, we can't go. Like we can't just send her. So I say, this is my mission for the night. I'm going to call Southwest, and I don't care if I am on this phone until the sun comes up. I got to figure out what the fuck flight I'm on, if I'm going to be able to go on this trip, like if this is even going to happen.
Wow.
Cut to 3:30 in the morning. I am still on hold with Southwest. It's been 3.5 hours. This is still Friday, technically now Saturday, the 24th. And I just basically passed out. I fell asleep and I didn't get through.
Oh my
Now
gosh.
I wake up a couple hours, a few hours later on the morning of the 24th and find out that Julie got a text some point in the middle of the night. And for some fucking reason, they put me on a different confirmation number, but didn't tell us. So now we're back on.
Okay,
right?
that's good.
Yeah.
That is. I mean, that sucks that you had to lose all that sleep over it, and there's panic, and you probably not only lost sleep, but I don't know. a couple weeks of life.
Oh, I
certainly
mean,
felt that way.
Given how much Matt was probably drinking during that process.
Oh yeah,
it definitely took some time off.
Okay.
Oh, for sure. Oh, fucking for sure.
I know I would be, by the way. I'm not judging. I'm just saying, like, that's an uber stressful situation. It's 2 a.m. You're sitting on hold. Like,
it was unreal. And all these other airlines have the thing like, rather than wait on hold, we'll call you back when it's your turn. And then they tell you like how long it's going to be. This was just literally, you don't know how long it's going to be. And I later heard people were on hold for like 8 hours. They eventually just shut down the phone lines. Like you couldn't even get through on the phone at a certain point. Okay, so now it's the 24th. We know we're going to be arriving on the 25th. We still have like a whole day here. And my little sister lives pretty close to Burbank Airport. And so I say to her, can you please do us a huge favor? Can you go to Burbank, get the suitcases? And then that way, when mom and dad pick us up at LAX, we can just go straight home. My sister goes to Burbank, finds the suitcase with all of our Christmas gifts in it.
Awesome.
Does not find the second bag that has all of my wife's clothing in it. Gone. It's not there. It's not a Burbank.
No, but is there tracking? Like, do we know where it is?
Nope. No idea.
It wasn't confirmed. Okay.
It's like just attached to my confirmation number, but you can't get through on the phones, and there's no like portal online to like check the status of it.
Should we be using AirTags in our luggage?
Ooh. Why wouldn't you be able to?
That would really have saved the day.
Yeah, I'll look into that, but I think AirTags in luggage might be a good idea.
Yeah.
So now my wife has to pack for this trip again with all of her like favorite outfits already packed. And you now are both married. It's not fun.
She had to go
when your
second
wife
string.
Has to go like second string packing for the holidays. Oh my God.
With your in-laws? No. Not good. Not good.
Yeah.
All right. So we ended up actually having an okay Christmas Eve evening, but now it's Christmas Day now. And now we're ready for our flight. Once again, I take our dog. We drop him off at a different house, which is an entirely different story that I could tell on a different podcast.
Matt, I have an important question.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm not even exaggerating. Go ahead, Gary.
Well, what is now the plan for the sandwiches? Because now it's
the sandwiches I forgot. I brought up the sandwiches, and then we ate them at the airport. So those sandwiches were
gone. Obviously, I'm saying, but those were gone. You have a flight day. Now you need sandwiches for this flight, but it's Christmas and everything's closed.
We have to get like dim
sum.
sum.
Well, this flight is a little bit earlier in the day, and the timing is such that we don't really need to eat on the plane because we're just going to be able to have dinner when we land, allegedly. Okay, so there was no sandwich in this particular day, but we did drop Taco off at a dog sitter's house, and this was like a 4:00 flight, and by 1:00 it was already starting to get delayed. So thankfully we did not go to the airport. I just sat in my house and watched my Christmas day melt away 35 minutes at a time as our flight just kept getting more and more delayed. Now, we at a certain point were like, well, obviously we are not going to be going to Christmas in California. Like, it's done. This trip is over. Mm-hmm. We go back out to get our dog again and bring him back. My dog, by the way, has had the greatest holiday of his life.
Oh, yeah.
Because we have never left the couch, Sorry, I'm losing my spot here. Okay, so we got Taco back now. It's the 25th. We're not going to go, but our flight is like still being delayed ad infinitum. And I'm like, look, we cannot think about this anymore for the rest of our vacation.
Right.
I want our flight vouchers. They've ruined Christmas. They got to give me more flight vouchers.
Yes.
We got to get our refund. You can't, literally the phones are shut down. The only option, you and me, baby, we're going back to the airport. So on Christmas night,
you're going back to the airport with no intention of getting onto an airplane.
That's correct. That is fucking correct,
on
Gary.
Christmas night. Wow.
On a mission.
I told her, I said, bring your headphones.
Right there.
I said, bring your fucking headphones.
Oh yeah, bring your headphones.
Bring your headphones. I'm like, we're not going to have to, I don't want us to have to entertain each other while we're standing in line for 3 hours, because that's ultimately what it ended up being.
Oh, I thought you were going to do silent disco.
Oh, that would have been great too. But I'm like, I also have to go get my lost bag reported, which I can't do without us going to the airport. So we went to the unhappiest place on earth, which is the airport on Christmas night. Now we each had like an edible and we had podcasts on. So it was like, we're fine. We know we're not getting on a plane. We're just going to wait until these lines, get to the end of these lines and get our refund, which is exactly what we ended up doing. I was able to get my bag tag, filed.
Yeah.
It took 3 hours on Christmas night. And that was my fucking Christmas. That was Christmas. It was the saddest fucking thing ever. I'll do a quick Chez Fond-du-Lait. Our Christmas dinner.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Oh no!
What type of foods might we hear
this is nice.
today?
I love this
what
segment.
might be the price?
Yeah.
It's always so cheery.
So let's find out.
Yeah, it makes me hungry. He always eats the best foods.
Yeah. What's on the menu?
Well, I was supposed to have a surf and turf, Benihana.
Oh, Benihana.
Tepon. I was going to have lobster, ginger sauce, and filet.
Onion
it was going to be
volcano.
incredible. The only food we had in the house, I made quesadillas, just dry. Just cheese and stale tortilla. No salsa, no sour cream, fucking nothing.
Your tortillas were stale?
They were stale. They were stale tortillas. And then in the freezer, I had like a 3-month-old freezer, like brie and raspberry crow fucking something or other.
Oh,
there was like 3 little tiny pastries left. We split those, and that was on the menu. That was Christmas dinner.
Oh.
Yeah. Hey, it's not Patreon.
No, please.
You're right.
Oh, wow. Yeah, he really.
Yeah. So yeah, anyway, that was the first 3 days of my trip, and then I got really.
Do you ever wonder about sliding doors, Matt? Though, what was he doing at that moment? Like, I know he at the dinner and
frolicking,
Oh,
Benihana. I know it was really so sad. And then I thought, well, listen, we're just going to be here in Austin for the rest of the week and a half now. Like, we'll make some dinner reservations. Let's just have like a great time around here. And then I think while I was at the airport, I just got sick and I just came down with like 102 fever, and I was sick for the rest of the break. And then on New Year's Eve, my wife caught it, and now she's got like 100-something fever, and she seems to have developed like an ear infection now. And so she is dealing with this like excruciating, like lightning nerve pain in her brain. Like, this is literally happening right outside my door right now. She's like suffering on the couch while I'm in here telling this story. Like, it's just literally never. I'm kind of losing my mind. You guys know me. I'm a pretty optimistic guy, but I'm kind of like, what have I done? Like, what did I do?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
You got very unlucky, I think, is the ultimate real answer there, and that sucks, and I feel horrible for you,
dude. Yeah, and Julie too. My God.
Julie, yes.
But we did make the most of it with our fake Christmas, which you guys sort of alluded to. The text that I had sent you guys. My only way to try to figure out how to turn this holiday around, because we buy each other gifts, and even for ourselves, like, we don't have any of our gifts for ourselves. And so what I did was I printed out pictures of every gift that I got her and wrapped each one in a box, and ended up wrapping up several other empty boxes. And we set up a Zoom with my family who had the suitcase of presents, and they would just literally like open up the gift, and we would open up a fake gift at the same time. It felt really stupid, but it also kind of worked.
Yeah, I could see that working. Yeah.
Like the first couple times I was just sitting there going like, this is so dumb. Like, this is not gonna work. And I was really starting to just don't let it show. Don't let it show. And then within about 15 or 20 minutes, it suddenly kind of felt like we were all in the room together, and we were all just kind of in the flow of it.
I love that. And it's good people you're with too. So that obviously helps. And they're you can capture that magic even virtually if you need, or remotely if you need to. So I'm glad.
Exactly.
You felt that.
And my parents are able to. They FedExed our gifts all back to us. So as of, I don't know, like yesterday or the day before yesterday, we actually have, all the gifts that we got, which is great.
Ground ship.
And as of this morning, Southwest Baggage got in touch with me. They found the other bag at Burbank, and they are going to be FedExing the bag directly to me. So we are finally getting all of Julie's stuff back too.
Oh, good.
So there's a nice little note to end it on.
The fact that it was at Burbank, though, I think you need to have a conversation with Rachel.
Yeah, Rebecca. Yeah,
Rebecca.
I know.
Sorry.
No, I should call her Rachel. I should pretend like I don't know her name.
No, that's a good bit. Yeah. Well, he is losing his mind too, so it very may well be Rachel. We don't know.
That's true.
Dude, wow, I'm speechless. Like I'm at a loss for words because I knew. I mean, spoiler alert. I knew that Matt did not go home because he did text us about it.
Yeah.
And I guess the moral of the story is
don't quit your job.
Don't quit on your friend. Don't quit and leave your friends. Right?
Just going to work, and
it would have been fun.
How was your Christmas?
I spent it with my family.
Me too.
Yeah, you guys did.
Unboxing real life. Unbox my gifts in person. Yeah.
Yeah, that thought definitely occurred to me. I was like, wow, this is the first. It's like the first time we've ever.
I try one little move, and it all goes to shit.
Oh, I'm
so sorry,
dude. Painful. It's been so painful.
Dude,
it's been painful to listen to. I felt so bad for you because it's just
sorry.
like, no. I'm not looking for an apology, but it's like I had this moment of like, at least my friend gets to come home for Christmas and like see his family for like 4 days. Like it sucks that he's not going to be here for 2 weeks so that we can all kick it, but like whatever. He gets 4 days and that's tight for him. And then you just slowly watch this saga unfold as those days are happening. It's just like,
that is look, and it's all. You're at the mercy, obviously, of the airline, of like what first it came out like, oh, it's weather. It's bad weather. And
which we knew was fucking bullshit because we literally saw like it certainly wasn't impacting us, you know, like and Southwest in general is not flying to these. I know there was the winter storm or whatever, but
well, they're the PR companies just trying to spin this thing too, and, in any way possible. It's panic mode for them too, and they're trying to get to their Christmas dinners too. And it's just, I guess, and I've had a flight like that where it was delayed. I went to LAX one night. It was me and Matt D'Andre. We were supposed to fly to Detroit, and then they canceled the flight. Reason? Oh yeah, we don't have a pilot.
Yeah,
which is like, okay, you guys should.
We should be on that.
Yeah, that should have been figured out.
Yeah, that's probably
so. I guess Matt and this goes to Gary too because of just all in the news. Like obviously, Southwest has been hit. With their reputation has been hit. I guess I'll go with Gary first. Are you still cool with Southwest? Do you fly Southwest?
Yes, but it depends where to, and it depends what kind of trip. I would still take a Southwest flight to Vegas, no problem.
Yeah. Okay.
Because that's a very simple route, whatever. Yeah. But if there was any weather or like any extenuating circumstances, I'd be thinking a lot more about it when it came to Southwest.
Yeah. All right. Now, Matt, did Southwest hurt you enough to where you will refuse to give them your business again?
No, he's got the vouchers, baby.
Exactly.
They're going to be.
I got $800 in vouchers, bro. I'm flying around the goddamn country now.
Okay.
Now, honestly, like. They are still probably the best, cheapest game in town in terms of getting you somewhere with a bag. So many other places, like it's like double the cost. It's that money can really hurt. I gotta have to go back pretty soon for my sister's wedding.
Yeah,
obviously. Do want to be able to actually pod in person at some point, like
I like that's a good look at that. A preview, maybe at your sister's wedding.
Live from your sister's wedding.
That'd be really cool if we do like a little commentary during the ceremony and the reception.
And if she doesn't want us there, which we could understand, I will just set you up with one of those laptop things that you put around your chest, kind of like where you would put a towel, and you can just have it right in front of you, and you can zoom in while you're watching the ceremony.
Yeah,
perfect.
I think that's the move. Yeah. Well, either way, I just. If you can send me the save the date so I can clear my calendar and we can make it happen either way. That would be wonderful.
Chris, what about you? Would you fly Southwest?
Yeah. I'm fine with it. Look, shit happens.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Southwest in my lifetime has has been good.
Their batting average is good. High,
but that was a low basement that they were able to get to.
I just kind of get the feeling that it's just like a bad business practice. Like I think they were just being told by staff members, like, look, it's the holidays. We're not going to work these shifts unless you do ABC or give us better conditions or whatever their terms are. And they were probably like, well, look, we're just putting these flights on. We need to sell these flights. And they just didn't take the care to make sure that everything was scheduled properly. And, I got to say, also being at the airport on Christmas night, watching the staff members, just like local people that work for Southwest, like you just feel so bad for them because they are just being absolutely berated by some of these people.
Because everybody has their own story, and everybody, and they have to hear them all, and they have to.
Everybody reacts to disappointment differently.
Yeah.
Well,
that's a lot. That's a lot to deal with.
And when like that first night when our flight got canceled and we were at the airport and trying to get rebooked, I will admit I had been at the airport for such a long time. I was probably a little bit ruder than I should have been. But certainly that second time when we were just at the airport voluntarily, I was like, we're just cool as a cucumber here. Like, we just got to get our refund and get out. Like, there's no...
And I hate to say it, but sometimes you do have to be rude in order to get something out of it, because there are rude people and the squeaky wheel does get the grease. And I'm not happy about it. Right. By any means, and I can't do it. I personally can't. But sometimes I do like having the rude friend who can do it and kind of fights for us.
I shouldn't even say that I was being rude. I don't think I was being rude. I was just being short. It was just kind of like, hearing that you're not going to be flying to the same airport. Oh, sorry.
No, it's usually Chris's.
No, we don't know. Oh, okay. I was like, new year, new you, Gary. I thought, all right, here we go.
I made it 4 seconds. Sorry, I'm a bad person. I'm trying to be better.
How are you?
It's a New Year's resolution. I made it all the way to the 3rd.
Also, I want Gary's thoughts, and then I want to hear Matt's thoughts. $800. Is that enough for not only the flight vouchers, but the emotional turmoil
It's not enough
that he was put through.
I don't think it is enough, but I think you have to just sort of take that and be thankful, especially if you are getting a successful full refund on top of it. Because, $800, that's got to be, if you book it far enough in advance, you can do more than just one trip to LA with that, right?
Yeah, definitely.
You can probably get like 2 solid trips out of that for both you and your wife.
I think so.
Yeah.
Or 4 just for you.
Just for you. Yeah, so no, I don't think it's enough, but I think you have to take it, and it's not nothing.
Yeah, okay. And Matt, are you happy with it?
I mean, happy is not the right word, but it's fine,
Satisfied?
I'm not gonna... like I said, when we got home from that second trip to the airport, other than just trying to get our fucking bag back, I was like, I'm not thinking about this anymore. Like, I'm done. We had spent so many hours thinking of, well, maybe we'll still be able to make it. Like, what if we land at this time? Well, then we can do this. And you have to figure out all these different hypothetical situations. And both my wife and I are such planners. And as you said earlier, like, this situation was just so completely out of both of our control. And it was a real, like, personal test to try to endure some of those frustrations. So, we got through it together, though, which is the important part.
And this will be a thing you laugh about in a few years, right?
Oh, for sure.
Oh, yeah, I cannot believe that happened. So I'm glad, man. Well, that is quite the.
That is probably the worst Christmas ever.
Let me real quickly. I mentioned earlier trying to find a place for Taco to stay. The one part of this story, before we found the place where he ended up, we had a neighbor that I recently met that offered to help watch him for us. He has a couple dogs. And when we did a meet and greet with the dogs, his dog attacked Taco and bit him on the back of the neck and drew blood. Now, my dog's fine, but that was another part of this whole break, was like watching my dog almost get mauled in front of me before we even left. Like, we were just trying to find a safe place for him to stay while we were gone. It was just, anyway, that also contributed to being just like the shittiest Christmas ever. So
yeah,
it's awful, man.
And then with the sickness and illness on top of all of it too.
Dude. It's just that's been really
shitty. Do you remember Ocean's 13?
Very well.
David Paymer, the critic. The 4 Diamond and like you're just watching him just get tortured.
Yeah, and they're putting all the microscopic bugs in his towels and sheets and stuff.
It reminds me of Matt right now.
Yeah,
just like what can go wrong goes worse.
There's a conspiracy against Matt to just make it harder at every single turn.
Yeah. Well, look, I'm
Here's
glad. Oh God.
I said to my wife that back in the day when I did theater back in high school and college, they would say that the worst dress rehearsal means the best performance. And I don't know if you believe that or not, but I would like to think that that's true. And so therefore I'm attributing this horrific end to the year to perhaps be a great harbinger for a really good year ahead.
Yeah, because Julie couldn't wear the regular clothes at the dress rehearsal.
Yeah.
So yeah, she can even fully dress. Yeah. So I think so. That's a good way to look at it, Matt. Yeah, it's the darkest before the dawn. And
yeah, that's the other one.
Yeah. I prefer dark night quotes myself.
Yeah, I am partial.
Yeah. But no, theater quotes are good too, bro. All right. All right. Well, as for my break, as I said, I've been sick. I got like a bad case of food poisoning. I had while I had to play a wedding.
Oof.
And I had to power through it.
That's pretty tough.
And it was fun. And it was funny because like they just kept offering me drinks, and I'm like, I haven't eaten in 2 days. I don't know if this is but I don't want to tell them that I'm terribly ill. So it's just having to turn on all those free drinks. It's tough.
It is tough.
Yeah, it's not easy. And the food too. I had to turn on all the food because I just had zero appetite. But New Year's Eve was fun. Just hung out with some friends. Went to my friend's house who have a 1-year-old.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How was that?
This is what it's like in your mid to late 30s for New Year's now, right? It's just you go to everyone, you just go to your friend's house, they have a kid, everyone goes there. You wait till midnight, but everyone's kind of keeping a low. It's more of a hang because you don't want to wake the baby.
Right.
That baby's already out. And so we're just eating and talking and laughing, flipping through the channels of all the different broadcasts, going from Ryan Seacrest to Miley to Anderson Cooper and all, just making the rounds, just seeing what we can make fun of. And you go to Miley, you have no idea who's on TV except for Miley and Dolly Parton because everyone else is like a TikTok star, a new pop singer that you've never heard of.
Right.
You've never felt older. And then you go to Ryan Seacrest and the bands are literally New Edition and Duran Duran. It's like, who are these old farts? You've never felt younger. And then you go to CNN who decide to do a sober broadcast and they're literally reading a Goodnight Moon to the screen. It's like, oh my God, what the hell is happening here? Countdown goes. Give my wife a kiss. Hug everybody. Wish everyone Happy New Year. Shake hands. All right. Well, have a good night, everyone. And then we just silently leave.
Yeah.
So that was it,
There
right?
you go.
But
We didn't even do that much.
yeah, exactly. Well, so Jen is our designated driver from me and three of our friends.
Sure.
And because they live like 7 houses down from me, we just drove out city way to our other friend's house. So she drives us all home, and there's a bar in between me and my buddies. And we get out of the car. I'm not
between
tired.
You and the buddy that lives 7 doors down?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, there's a watering hole there. And it's like, you want to go there? Let's just go. Let's see what it's like. And boy, did we rage. Yeah, we went so hard.
That's
obviously, we said bye to our wives, and me, him, and our other friend went out, and we did not come home till like 5 a.m.
Wow.
And we had an adventure. Yeah. So
that's aggressive. For listeners who don't know, the bars in California close at 2.
yeah.
So that means
we made friends.
There were 3 hours of further shenanigans.
We made friends.
Legal drinking.
New friends. They invited us over. We were like, yeah, we're coming over.
Nice.
And it's like one of those nights where it's like, what is happening right now? What are we doing?
Those nights become harder once you have a kiddo. So
I know.
Enjoy.
I know. Exactly. It kind of felt like this might be the last New Year's I ever do this. So,
Yeah.
So it was it's the exact opposite of Matt's. I had such an amazing. I partied hard enough for both of us, dude.
Thank you. Yes. Thank you. I haven't had a sip of alcohol in like 10
minutes,
11 days. This is a record. No, this is a record, dude.
Oh yeah. He's going through withdrawal right now. But it was a good time. How about you, Gary? How was your last few days of your break?
It was good, man. We were out in the desert still, and I tried to play golf one more time, and it was on the day that it was super cold and rainy, and I tried to play in shorts because before I left, it said that the cold and the fog was going to break in like an hour, and I went, "Oh, I'll be fine. I'll feel great," and I froze my ass off for 5 straight hours, but that was still fun. And then we drove home from the desert on New Year's Eve. And we got in around 7:30 or 8. We went over and picked up our dog, and we just had a quiet evening in. I don't even think we stayed up for midnight. I think I went to bed at like 11:40.
You lasted till 11:40, and dang, that's like a message or something. Wow. You're at 11:40.
That's the prime time to get. That's when you really get sucked into those specials, like Chris was saying.
Yeah,
you're just like, oh, who is this?
We weren't even watching them. They were all so offensive that we put on whatever crash reality TV we were watching most recently.
Yeah.
So yeah, but it was nice. And then on New Year's Day, I had I think she turned 5-year-old's birthday party to go to. She was actually born on New Year's Day, so her party was 3 in the afternoon on New Year's Day, and we went to this place.
Parents everywhere. Just
the parents all looked a little worse for wear. Everyone was wearing some version of their NFL gear because that was a football day. And all the dads were sucked away from watching football to come to this. And it was held at a place that's basically like a large warehouse with like semi-permanent bounce houses in it, for lack of a better term. I don't know if that really makes sense.
I know exactly.
So
Huntington?
No, We Play Loud is in Huntington. It's just like that though.
Okay.
It's in Anaheim, but this one's a little bit lower rent. Huntington's nice.
Dang.
So we did that, and they have that thing down to a science. Those kids get exactly however much playtime they get, and then they get shuffled into a room, and they get given pizza, and the ice cream comes out. I mean, I was having the most fun watching the employees and how efficient they were at keeping this moving, so that these kids were out of here.
Keep
when
those.
They it was like we are going to keep going through these motions here, and you're going to open your presents, and then everyone's going to F off because I want to go home too.
Yeah.
So yeah, but it was fun. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited for this new year. I mean, New Year's Day is always a weird feeling for me. Like I don't know, I don't know what it is. It's like it's
hangover.
Hard. It's not even always a hangover because I don't typically have nights like that. Like I don't usually get like crazy drunk or anything, but it's just like it's just a weird feeling that just washes over me. I don't know what it is, but I feel light. I feel it's almost like a dream. Like every time, and I noticed it this year too. I'm like, what is it with this day?
Yeah, it's a weird day. A lot of stuff closed. It's a strange day.
Yeah,
I thought the weirder day this year was Monday because a lot of the world was shut down. So, like I saw people tweeting pictures of the 405 freeway. It was like, this is the 405 freeway at 9:45 a.m. and there's like
on a
not
Monday.
a car in sight.
Oh no, I believe you and I talked on the phone. I think I said I feel like I'm on the Autobahn.
Yeah, it was. I mean, the traffic was non-existent, and then parking was super easy. It was like the world shut down, but you could still operate in it.
Yeah,
it was interesting.
Yeah. So look, we're all back now. We're gonna keep churning out these water coolers here, and we definitely want to thank all of the listeners for hanging out with us and enjoying the show, subscribing to Patreon, listening to us talk, and we look forward to a good year. I mean, we should definitely do some stuff this year, guys.
We got some things in the works. I think there might be a water cooler Instagram coming soon. I know there's like a fan run one, but I think I'm going to start running one.
Ooh.
Well, my wife's going to help. My wife is going to help me.
Oh.
Is she going to start using our fame to start your child's influencer?
Yeah,
account?
if there's going to be toy reviews.
That's what that sounds like to me.
No, I'll just
She's be like, wow, at Watercooler and at my son, this is amazing. And she'll just keep doing it over and over again.
No, the son doesn't have an account, but the dog does. And
the dog has an
the dog has an IG and my wife uses it to do comedy. It's great. It's pretty funny.
What is funnier, the dog IG or the couple's IG?
Personally, I mean funnier. It just depends, like, because there's so many different ways to do
I just don't want to be insulting by saying most and more annoying. I said funnier.
I think the dog ones are funnier.
Yeah, dogs are fun. Yeah, I like dog IGs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do too. I mean, and I like the ones that are just pictures with like funny things written underneath them. I like
their thoughts. Is it written in first person?
Sometimes.
Oh,
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think all of them, all the posts are.
Look, there are a few dogs I follow.
I follow a few too.
Yeah, I follow some dogs.
Yeah. All right, that got weird.
Why?
We're just following dogs. I mean, we are pro puppy.
We're very pro
That has
puppy.
been long established.
Probably one of our first rules.
I think it was probably our first rule.
Yeah. And the new pup life is treating you well?
Yeah, man, it's great. She obviously went and stayed somewhere else while we were on vacation, which was really tough because our rental had a no dogs policy, so hard to leave her for 5 days or 6 days. But she was delighted to see us when she got back, and she's fantastic.
I love it. All righty. Well, yeah. Oh no. For all the listeners out there, I'll be joining Adam in Philly. We're going to Philly this weekend, so if you want to come to a Corolla show, please come by and say hi. I love seeing all the Bobo boys out there.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to go around and get our plugs in? We'll GTFO?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
Sure.
I will start with Gary. What do you think we should check out?
Oh, let's go check out Reasonable Doubt. Subscribe to it on YouTube if you don't mind. YouTube.com/Reasonable Doubt Podcast. We just dropped an episode 5 minutes before we started this, so there's brand new content out there already, and we got a lot more to bring to you in the new year.
Boom, we sure do. I can't wait. On Instagram, maybe a meetup. Maybe now that
probably
we're back in full swing.
Probably a meetup.
Maybe a golf trip.
Website.
Yeah, well, maybe a website. Whew, the possibilities are endless. Matt, what about you?
Well, you could check out our Patreon if you haven't already. Patreon.com/watercooler. You guys did a great show last week. Many thanks to Gary's wife and Gary Jr. for filling in for a little bit of that show. That was a delight to hear them on the air.
Yes.
Thank you.
And, just to echo what you said earlier, Chris, really looking forward to a great year. And thanks so much to all of our listeners. And do the right thing, people.
Jeez, dude, you're so heartfelt the whole time. You just ended like that. Wow. I do concur with 98% of what Matt's plugs were, and also just thank you. We're so excited for this year, and we love you all so much. Also, I want to take this time to suggest that you follow Gina Grad and Brian Bishop, Brian, who we worked with on the Corolla show. They have projects coming out, and it's been nothing but a pleasure to have worked with them, and we wish them the best.
Yes,
we love them.
We love them very much, and it's weird time around here, but we want to support them in every way we possibly can, and right now I think that's following them on Instagram. So
yeah, Instagram, Twitter. I mean, they got stuff in the works, and it's going to be great. And this won't be the last you hear from them. In fact, Balt Brian has agreed to come on the Watercooler.
Yes, he
sometime,
has.
So.
He has actually agreed to that.
Oh, has he now?
Yeah, can you imagine? So, so maybe that happens in 2023 as well.
Oh, I think it most definitely will.
And then I was like, oh, maybe I could come on the film vault. And he's like, oh, we don't have guests.
We don't do guests.
So, but that was on brand.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anyway, that's it for Watercooler. We'll be back later this week for Patreon, probably with Dawson and maybe Kaylin too.
Definitely with Kaylin.
Yeah. So make sure to tune in and subscribe. And we'll Happy New Year. We look forward to it, and we love you so much. Goodbye.